Federal regulators are warning airlines about a potentially dangerous issue affecting a handful of Boeing passenger planes. The FAA and Boeing say faulty sensors on new 737 MAX jets can cause the plane to go into a steep dive. The warning comes just over a week after a Boeing 737 MAX plane crashed in Indonesia, killing all 189 people on board. Kris Van Cleave reports.
The FAA's emergency action orders airlines to ensure 737 MAX pilots are properly trained in the event the plane goes into an uncommanded dive, similar to what Lion Air Flight 610 experienced before crashing last week.
This is pretty significant, Chris.
Ross Amer is a retired airline captain who flew an older version of the 737.
I'm actually surprised that the FAA didn't ground these MAX, the aircraft, because when they issue an AD, as you mentioned, that's an emergency situation.
The horizontal stabilizer are those small wings just below the tail. Flaps at the rear, known as the elevator, can trim or adjust the angle of the plane's nose up or down. If the sensors that help control the trim malfunction, the 737 MAX could automatically put itself into a dive, forcing pilots to react quickly to override that system and pull up.
If you let it continuously trim.
So it's going to happen pretty fast.
It could happen very fast, yes.
The FAA estimates 245 of the new 737 MAX jets are in use worldwide. 49 are currently flown by 3 U.S. carriers. There have been no reports of malfunctioning sensors on 737 MAX planes in the U.S. Early indications from the recovered flight data recorder in Indonesia show that sensor had malfunctioned on the plane's 3 previous flights leading up to Lion Air 610's crash. The airline maintains a mechanical issue was fixed prior to the doomed flight.
We don't know exactly what happened in that cockpit. Did they actually get a runaway stabilizer? If they did, why didn't they immediately correct it and take care of it?
Boeing called its bulletin part of its usual process. However, it is unusual for a directive like this to be issued for a brand new type of airliner. Aviation experts tell CBS News this kind of malfunction alone should not have resulted in a crash, adding U.S. airline pilots practice for this type of issue. For CBS This Morning Saturday, Kris Van Cleave, Washington.
Kris, thank you.